Long time no see, everyone. Hisashiburi, tanto tiempo sin verte. It's your old mate Chicagon, back at it again, and this time with a long-awaited update to my shoe collection. So effectively, my 2025 shoe collection. Now, it's been at least a couple of years since I did my last update on my collection of shoes, so it'd be interesting to go over to see what still remains, what's been added, and yeah, what has been lost, our fallen. We have, I think, let me count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 plus like a couple of pairs that I don't really wear. So the main things are off on the rack over there, but I've got a couple here. So we'll start off with the ones that are in like the lesser used area. So starting off with the Yohji Yamamoto Put-On monkey boots. These are the side zip version that have had the original sole replaced with this combat lug sole type thing, which gives them a more aggressive look than they originally look like. I've had these for a hot minute. I have done a review on them. I have spoken about how they fit really, really large, and I had insoles in them. I had heel pads in them. Since then, I have taken everything out, so we're just raw dogging it, and I can sort of fit into them. They're not the most comfortable on my foot because of the oversized thing, but I do still have them. I have considered moving them on, but sort of am attached because they're a very, very unique version of that shoe. So I'm still undecided on what to do in the end for these guys. But yeah, they're still around. They get busted out for like work events where I need something a bit more sturdy and not minding it getting a bit like scuffed or anything like that. But yeah, the monkey boots. Following those, I have this pair of Primury wide sneakers. I've had these for the longest time, like since I initially started getting into the whole fashion thing, and I just don't wear these. They are very much like slip-ons, really, really comfy, really like nice. I just do not wear them. And they're a shoe that, because no one is very much aware of Primury or their kind of thing, like selling them on is not really something that I think I would get any money for them. So it's nice just sort of having them around and just popping them on when I need just a pair of beater slip-ons and enjoy my time with them. But yeah, the Primury wide sneakers are still around, so we'll see how much longer we can keep them around. So those are the other ones. Let's move to the main event. So like the main 15? All right, starting off with the lower shelf of the rack, we have the Mikio Sakabe Grounds Giddy sneakers with the lovely bubble sole. We have spoken about these quite a few times on the channel. I love these. You see these everywhere in Japan, or at least in Tokyo when you're there, and was very lucky to find a pair that did fit because the sizing over there is so inconsistent. Like a size 27, I think maybe size 28 is the largest some of their models go, but they are not a true size that. They fit like sizes too small. So it was lucky to get a pair that does fit my size. I pop these on occasion if I do need more of like a sneaker thing or going for a walk. They're just so strange looking. They're really, really fun. I love them and definitely not getting rid of them. I did put them up for sale at one stage, but since have thought, no, they're going to stay. Like every time I go to Japan, I'm like, I need these. I want these and I have these. So why move them on, right? Following those, we have the Rick Owens sock Ramones. This is the secondhand pair that I had. The newer pair that I had, I ended up selling to an old housemate because they were looking to get a pair of shoes and, you know, figured they'd prefer the newer ones rather than the old ones. I still love these. I don't wear them as much because they are getting, you know, wrecked. They've got a hole there. Whoa, that hole is pretty big. Stitching is coming off on the sole. You know, we love that quality control. These are just on their way out, and I suppose we just got to enjoy them for the times that they've given me over the past couple of years, but still love them. Would I buy them again? I don't know. It's like I was very lucky to find these at a very, very reasonable price secondhand. But for the price that most of them go secondhand, for a pair of shoes that is just going to fall apart relatively quickly, it's just not worth it. So I don't know. I still love how they look though. And they're very, very comfy, if a little bit big. But yeah, the sock Ramones. Then rounding off the bottom shelf, this pair of Julius Chelsea boots that I got earlier this year that I've since worn so many times. This is like an every other day shoe for me. You just slip it on and off we go to the races. They are super, super scuffed. Like that's how they came, and they've also got, you know, scuffing on the back there as well. But I still really, really like these. I like the just giant heel on the back, and the tabs as well look super, super neat. I just love having a beater shoe that can just go with whatever and just pop it on. I probably need to go to the cobbler to get these re-glued at the front. But what I'm most curious about these is because you see how the sole has like little vibram just on the bottom. It's very, very thin. I wonder that if it wears off, like how does the cobbler replace it? Because this is kind of foam stack. I'm not sure what this is made of, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there, because there's not that much before it starts hitting this block part. So we'll see what the cobbler can do. But yeah, love these Chelsea boots so much and can't get enough of them. These are definitely staying. On to the next stack. We have the Rick Owens Adidas Mastodon Pro Model 2. And this is the black and milk colorway. I've had multiple pairs of this shoe over the times. I've had a weird, like sort of like cream and gray brown pair and a couple of the white pairs. But eventually I found this one that I hadn't seen before. And it seems like it was not the original model that came out, but one that came out afterwards. So I guess like that's the Pro Model, Mastodon Pro Model 2. And I love the little like black and white colorway. These were relatively cheap because, where is the issue? Yeah, has this issue with the leather here. Not sure how they got that splotch. I tried, you know, adding polish and shine to it. Didn't really do anything. These are also very much a beater shoe. They fit quite well, actually. I like wearing them unlaced. But unfortunately, the thing with sneakers is, as you can see on the back, like the heels are starting to go, and there's not really a way of fixing that with sneakers. I'm also just very like conscious of the glue coming apart from the mid there, and which you can tell that it absolutely is. So it's only a matter of time for these. I wear these seldomly, but I'm very happy to have them. And again, a slip-on type shoe that you don't even have to lace up because they fit me so well. But yeah, Mastodon Pro Model 2. Next, we have a pair of shoes that I also got this year along with Julius Chelsea boots. And this is a pair of Julius collaboration with Siva spiral zip boots. I have done a video on these if you want to see these more in depth, but they have quickly become in like top of the rotation. These and the Chelsea boots, just every other day change them out. I love these so much. The only problem is they're a bit hard for me to get into because of my high instep, but a shoehorn rectifies that just fine. Other issues I've had with these, the soles were pretty messed up when I got them, so I took them to the cobbler. And then most recently, the heel of this one, as you can see, there's a line there. This fell off. Luckily, I was in the driveway, so I didn't get very far. I could just, you know, hobble back home, but took it, and I hope that they said they were going to nail it back in. I can't tell, but let's hope that doesn't happen. I told them to look at this one as well. It doesn't seem like they've really checked anything, but maybe they just applied a lot of force trying to take the heel off and couldn't do it. So figured that it was on there pretty well. But these are a gorgeous pair of boots in buffalo leather, and look at the difference in the textures there. Gorgeous. I love these so much. Rounding off the second bottom layer of the shelf, we have this pair of viridi-anne derbies in a really, really weird sort of silhouette, I suppose. They are a slip-on with this sort of neoprene entry sock thing, But then the rest of it is guidi leather. We have the leather laces wrapping across. We have the exposed shank on the bottom. And then these like Eva foam soles. It's such a strange shoe. Oddly comfortable though, and there is a more recent model that viridi-anne puts out with it's like more of like a chunky combat sole, and the sock liner is like a bit more of a sock rather than neoprene. I guess it's like a cotton or wool type thing. Looks a bit different, but I feel like this Eva sole is a lot more comfortable, so it is a lot more entertaining wearing these to get around, and I just love how the leather looks on them as well. The laces are in terrible shape. They keep coming apart, and the previous owner, yeah, they definitely come apart. So it's a lot of battles of trying to keep them in check, but we do what we can. And it's nice to have a derby option. So really, really stoked with these. And definitely worth seeing if you can find a pair if you're interested, because the secondhand ones do range occasionally. I did see recently on Kindle that they had multiple pairs of like brand new looking guidi ones for about 36,000 yen, which is a bargain. All right, middle shelf. We are looking at this pair of Nude by Masahiko Maruyama boots in the shorter model. I originally had found a pair in like a longer model and did sell those on because they didn't fit properly, but these ones do fit just fine. This is a heavy boot. I love the really chunky heel on them and the Vibram sole that has been... I'm not sure if that's originally on there or not. I guess originally because it has got the stitching, as you can see from the outline there. And the main feature of these is the layer of leather over the top of the toe there as well. You can't remove this. I suppose you could unlace this and it would like come apart, but that is how they are supposed to look. A really lovely boot. They are not the most comfortable. I suppose I need to break them in. They came in very, very unworn. So it just, yeah, it still feels like I need to break these in. I wear them from time to time. I like how bulbous the toe is. And they look like they're huge, but they're not. Like they fit me really, really well. Just for some reason, the silhouette makes them look like they are just far too big. So it can look a bit silly sometimes, but they're not too big. I don't know how you achieve that, but it's interesting. Yeah. Love these boots though. Worth checking out their footwear. I've only seen really this and then like a taller shaft pair. But ultimately you can find them secondhand if you can find them for really great prices. So worth it if you're looking for something a little bit different. Next up, you can probably tell what these are. This is my pair of margiela tabbies, and we've got a hair on these. Where did you come from? That's not one of my hairs. Yeah, my pair of tabbies, looking pretty scuffed, but I do enjoy wearing these on like special occasions. I do not wear these as a daily driver. I'll wear these if there's like a wedding or a party or something fun where you can get dressed up for. I do want to sort of keep them in as good nick as I can for as long as I can, because they seem to just not be constructed the best, and like parts of the leather are getting weird. I've had these little clip closures. Some of them come apart. I had to take them to a cobbler to re-sew them in, and it seemed like it was a pretty big job just because of it was like one of the lower ones, and how do you get in there to do that? And yeah, it took like a month to get them back, but they did a good job and they are in good nick since. So yeah, my tabby boots, love the heel as well. These are just so fun to dress up with. Then completing that row, we have my Rick Owens Gleam Creeper boots from 2010. Have done a video of these as well, and they're doing okay. Like they are obviously very, very old. The leather is very, very old. I do condition them, feels like quite often. But since the cobbler did a great job attaching a new midsole and like bottom creeper sole to them, we're looking pretty good. These are so surprisingly comfortable and easy to wear. I've just not really had them in the rotation because of the Julius boots that I've currently been obsessed with. But do love the creepers. They are a classic. They are really old. And yeah, it has crossed my mind, like, do I sell them? But then again, like it's been such a journey to get where we are with these at this point that it's just not worth it. I couldn't do it after, the show. I've spoken about it in the video about these, but going through receiving them breaking immediately, sending them to a cobbler, paying a lot of money to get them fixed. It's just not worth selling these on. I want to keep them, and I just think they are beautiful. And you are beautiful too. All right, second from top row, let's do this. We have a pair of Julius coffin sole boots. I've shown these off before in the previous video. Just a wild looking pair of boots. Look at that silhouette. It is so bizarre. And the inner heel as well. I don't wear these, but they are so cool. And I really should wear them more. It's just a thing of feeling like you're gonna look really aggressive wearing these. So perhaps I'll wear these today as a rekindling for them. But yeah, I don't want to get rid of them because they're just so interesting and I've never seen something like them before. So worth keeping around. Let's see if I can style them and keep an eye out for that video. Next up, we have effectively what was one of the first, if not the first pair of boots that I got through this fashion journey. And this is a pair of Julius slashing engineer boots from I think it was like 2012, 2013. They are quite old and they are like tanks. These do not feel like they have aged a day. I love the double zip. This opens it up so you can, make the shaft wider, maybe blouse pants and things through them. The aggressive sole on them too. This pair of boots, I just have thrown so much at and they have remained totally fine. And again, have thought about moving them on, but I'm just attached from the history that we've had. And just knowing that if I'm going to be doing something rugged, I can put these on and we will be just fine. So love them. I guess I really like Julius boots. That's obvious, right? Then rounding off that second top layer, we have the Rick Owens short tongue geobaskets. An incredible find that I could not believe they were legitimate and at the price that they were. And I do like these. However, I wish that I had a pair that was just all black. It just sort of suits, what just fell? Something fell. It just suits how I like to wear things better. However, this is a little chunk of history that I've got and very happy with them. The soles that I did get them replaced with definitely need to get a bit fixed. We've got some separation, but they have done their job in protecting, as you can see, the backs there. So really stoked with these. They come out on occasion. Obviously with a Rick fit, they just work really well. And yeah, a little bit of history. I like the little bit of history the little tidbits that I have in my wardrobe. Okay, top layer, the final three shoes. We begin with, yes, it is another pair of Julius shoes. This is a pair of creeper sole tall shafted boots. Very, very cool. I don't really know what to say about these. They are just such an aggressive looking pair of boots. They're not that uncomfortable either. Actually, it's a crepe sole. It's a crepe sole. Crepe sole creeper boot. Crepe sole creeper boot. Try saying that 10 times fast. We've got the zip that goes up almost to the top, but then this open part here with the leather across does let you have a little bit of room if you've got thicker calves, like I do. I just do. It's the Latin American blood, And my only gripe with these and why I don't wear them all the time is because of the crepe sole itself. As you can see at the back, it is getting dangerously close to the top, and I'm not sure exactly how you are to replace a crepe sole, nor the cost of that. So I don't know what a cobbler would do if I would take these in and be like, hey, can we fix these up? But that's just something I'm going to have to tackle at some stage. But regardless, a very, very neat pair of boots that, I just love Julius boots. Love them. Second last, we have a very, very special pair of boots. This is a pair of Yohji collaboration with cherevichkiotvichki mock-up boots, of which I also have another pair that doesn't fit me that I've been trying to sell for ages, but just no one's interested. So in case you're interested in a size 42, not these ones, they're basically brand new, let me know. Anyway, I love these so much. This is like potentially the most I've spent on a pair of shoes. Yes. And they are just so gorgeous. A lovely handmade pair of boots that have just treated me really, really well. I love wearing these to sort of dress up for things. I love the paneling. I love whatever this pocket is here for, and just the way that they all look, the sort of pointed toe, and just all the finishing and details on these are gorgeous. These are not going anywhere. I am keeping these for as long as I can and hopefully keeping them in good shape because they are so beautiful. And then, lucky last, you knew we were going to talk about them. It is the Yohji Put On Autumn Winter 21 combat boots. These are my pride and joy. I am so stressed of these falling apart. I did actually have 2 pairs, but I sold the second pair. Was like, nah, I shouldn't have 2 pairs. And now these are starting to fall apart inside, and I'm really stressed because I don't see these pop up anymore. But I have worn these the most out of any of my shoes. They are gorgeous, and it is strange because sometimes I'll wear them and think like, oh, I'm not really happy with how these look. And then see on the Discord, somebody else posts a photo with this pair of shoes, and I'll think they're the coolest shoes ever and think like, what pair of shoes are they? And then we're like, oh wait, they're the shoes I have. Why do they look different on them? I don't know, brains are weird, but yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous pair of shoes. Really, really love them. They're so comfortable. They've always been comfortable. I've had to get the heels replaced many, many times because of how much I wear them. And yeah, let's hope they stand the test of time because that soft leather, I'm just not sure. But yeah, beautiful pair of shoes. All right, so yeah, that's a look at my shoe collection as of this year. Which is your favorite pair? It's really hard to pick because I go through phases, right? Like currently I'm really into the Julius Chelsea boots and the Julius Shiva boots. I'm just rotating those day in, day out. But obviously the Yohji combat boots, so many of them have a special place in my heart. It's hard to think of like how to downsize, but perhaps it'd be worth discussing in the future if I had to like downsize my whole wardrobe up into like a specific amount of things, what I would include in there as well. Because hypothetically speaking, it'd be fun to do that, but not actually do that, at least right now. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. But as always, you'll have fun, take care, be safe, and don't do anything I do except, yeah, run some like stock on your inventory and see what you're like, what draws you and why you're drawn to it. It's good to like rekindle why you have things in the first place as well. It's a little bit of fun. But yeah, you'll be safe. See you next time. Bye-bye.